Send a bit of a shiver down your spine. I'm sure we're going to miss those skills and that aura, the aura of the man himself when State of Origin kicks off next Wednesday night, folks. We've got a great morning lined up for you. Those in the BWS line, the doors are about to come up, but not just yet. At the Bundy Rum truck over there, just perusing the facilities, and you people here, rugby league fans in the mosh pit, from the silky skills of a man who wore the number 6 jersey this time last year, preparing for a State of Origin jersey. Well, 12 months down the track, he's preparing to put his number 6 on a bottle of Bundaberg Rum's finest, and you can get your hands on it here today. It's very, very exciting. So from one icon to another, from the Bundaberg Rum Distilling Company to Darren Lockyer himself, it's Bundy Rum's way of saying thanks, Lockie, thanks for the memories, thanks for the legacy of your rugby league contribution here in Queensland and Australia. Without any further ado, let's have a word from the man himself. Would you please welcome to the Bundaberg Rum stage now, Darren Lockyer.
Thanks, Rube. I couldn't see those highlights, but listening to them makes me want to go back into camp for the Origin this week. But anyway, my time is finished. So I'm pretty excited about today. I want to welcome you all here to the launch of the Darren Lockyer limited edition Bundaberg 6-year-old rum. It's since I announced my retirement last year, I've been overwhelmed with the public support, and again here to see so many people here today to help launch this great new product. I feel very honoured. It's the bottle. Obviously, it's the first time it goes on sale today, and in just a few minutes you'll all hopefully get the opportunity to get your hands on one. I'd like to say it's been a great opportunity to work with the Bundy Rum team. They've just been great through this whole process, and this fantastic product. I'm really proud with the way it's turned out. The master distillers up in Bundaberg, they've crafted this product by especially selecting the 6-year-old rum, which obviously recognise my time in the number 6 jersey. So I hope you all enjoy it. So again, have a great time today, enjoy the entertainment, and thanks again for coming along, help celebrate my career, but also help launch this new Darren Lockyer limited edition bottle. Thank you.
Okay, well, the scene is set, and it paints a pretty inspirational picture. Now, the words of Darren Lockyer, I can see the BWS staff getting ready over there, and I think we might make it official, Lockyer, in opening the doors.
Yes, I now declare the BWS roller doors open for business.
Good stuff. Well, you didn't think you'd be ever doing that growing up in the back blocks of Roma. The BWS doors are officially open. It's a bit like the David Jones Boxing Day sale as the Bundy Rum faithful get ready to rock and roll. It's a bit. I can see the bear himself now as the doors come up, holding up the bottle, and hopefully you'll get your hands on one. I know that it's very, very, I'll say a world first. Well, there's been some special releases of Bundaberg Rum over the years, but never one so specific as associating with an Australian icon like Darren Lockyer. And I'm going to invite Lockie out here now to answer a few questions before he sits down and starts signing those 200 bottles. Lockie, you've got your own statue, you've got your own highway, now you've got your own bottle of Bundy. Mate, for, as I said, a shy, skinny kid from Rome, you must pinch yourself sometimes.
I do. It's been, as I said, a crazy 12 months. Some of the honours that have come my way, it's been a very, very special moment. And this one, I'm, I guess, coming from a regional country town in Queensland, a bit of a Bundy rum drinker myself, so very privileged to be involved with this.
Yeah, my mother was born in Bundy, so I've acquired the taste over the years as well. But it is one icon to another, and I would say one humble icon to another. Bundaberg Rum and Darren Lockyer. It feels like a good partnership. How did the partnership come about?
Oh, last year when I announced I was retiring, the Bundy team sort of approached us, and I just thought, it was a surprise at first. I couldn't really get my head around. They were thinking about making a Bundy rum bottle around me, but I just thought it was a great opportunity to get involved. And as I said before, I'm really proud with the way it's turned out.
And obviously, there's no doubt about it. Once you'd sort of had that meeting, that you would have had to do a fair bit of taste testing for this 6-year-old release to make sure it was perfect.
Yes, there was a couple of samples which didn't have too much ice or mixed with it. It was pretty straight off the barrel. So it was it was. If you've got I had a flu at the time, and it sorted that out pretty quick.
Forget the bloody codral, folks. Just a little nip of Darren Lockyer Bundaberg rum. In the winter months, as Origin looms, you can feel that buzz in the air. It's exciting, you know. It's less than a week away. We're heading down to Melbourne. Are you going to miss it?
Oh, of course I'm going to miss it. You know, it's a great time of year for not just the players, but every Queenslander, and I guess New South Wales. There's so much passion in the air right now, and you know, there's a lot that I'm going to miss. And I'll be down there next Wednesday night cheering the boys on. And you know, it looks good for Queensland, but you know, we've got to make sure we still work hard to get the victory.
We'll be hearing from the Broncos cheerleaders a little bit later on. Is it just cheering, Lockyer? Is there any? Have you got a specific role to play with the team?
Not this year. I'll get to Melbourne next Tuesday, and I know where the boys are staying. I'm going to say good day, but I think it was important just to, once I stepped away, was to have a break from the game and, you know, give the group their space. And you know, look, things are looking really good. It's a very strong team on paper. You know, it's going to be very hard to beat the Queensland team.
Have they picked a team that can beat Queensland, do you think?
Well, they've picked a team that can score a lot of points, but Origin, as you know, is probably the toughest stage in rugby league. And defensively, you know, I know that Queensland have got that spirit to make it tough, and I think, you know, those guys that are used to scoring points for New South Wales, they're going to find it difficult to cross the line in this game. I
read during the week that Jonathan Thurston, of course, wearing the number 6, as Cooper Cronk comes into the halfback role. He mentioned that if he needed any advice, you're only a phone call away. So even though, you know, you're keeping your distance from the team, if that phone call came from Jonathan Thurston, what advice would you give him?
Well, just play the way he's been playing. He doesn't need any advice at the moment. You know, he's been a great player for a long time now, and you know, I think he's really reveling in the number 6 jersey of the Cowboys now, and he'll go into the game confident. He doesn't need to complicate things too much, so he doesn't really need to pick up the phone and talk to me. But in saying that, I'm always there to help out. But him and Cooper have done well in the Anzac test, and I'm sure they'll do well again on Wednesday.
And complacency won't be an issue?
Well, it's, you know, I think that's, in a lot of people's opinion, that's the only thing that can get Queensland beat. You know, it's saying it's one thing, but I think they need to actually put actions in place for their preparation that they're counteracting complacency.
And if the job is still to do, but if game 3, you know, whether it's a decider or not, Queensland can put 7 straight on the board, will you be heading into the dressing sheds with a couple of bottles of Bundy under the arm?
No, I think, look, you know, that's a definite chance that we're going to get 7 in a row, and it's, you know, as I said before, it's the toughest stage in rugby league, so to be so dominant for such a long time, you know, a lot of effort's gone into that. Obviously, the coach and his staff, you know, need to take a lot of credit for that, but the players, there's a great bond there, and it's going to take, you know, a bloody big effort by the Blues if they're to beat this team.
Just one final question, because you could relate to this situation, and that is, you know, the fairy tale of playing your last series. Everybody lived happily ever after last year. Can they do it for Big Petro as well? He grew up not far from here on the Redcliffe Peninsula. The big 7 cents a litre buller, Petro Sivanasiva. He's a special part of this Origin chapter, isn't he?
He's a special person. You know, like I think the stage is set again. You know, maybe it is a decider at Suncorp just like last year, and you know, he sent him off the way he deserves. He's been a great servant to not only the you know, to the Broncos and Penrith, but you know, for Queensland and Australia. He's stood the test of time, and you know, he's a champion bloke off the field, which, you know, people love playing with him.
And that will be the case this year as well. He doesn't mind mixing a little bit of the Darren Lockyer Bundaberg rum into the carver after a big game, the big buller. Please thank Darren Lockyer for being here and for answering those questions. Thanks, Lockyer. Take a seat, mate. Lockyer's taking the signing seat, and we're going to have the first couple of bottles coming through. There'll be one photo. He'll sign the first 200, and we'll get this keep this show on the road. Now,